All right, good morning, class, and welcome to week number 15. That is right, week number 15, 5, 10, 15 of your 7314 class, which is your reference class. As always, I'm your professor, Dr. Jace K. Austin, and you did it. You made it to the end. This is the end. This is the last week. This is the last week. Now, you do have semester-long projects that are due on, is it Sunday or Monday? I said May 9th. So Monday at 11:59 p.m. you will have your semester-long projects due, but you shouldn't have anything else going on in the class. So that really shouldn't be a big deal. Go ahead and finish those semester-long projects. I made the semester-long project live in February, so come May 9th, there shouldn't be any excuses if you have not had it, if you haven't gotten it done. I do feel I've given you plenty of time. And, I'll be expecting to get those on May 9th so that I can go through, grade those, get them recorded, and get your grades up and going so that you can say that you have successfully made it through a reference class here at Cecil. Some other things that I want to say, really quickly, because this will be a shorter video. I'll make sure that this one doesn't go under 10 minutes. It doesn't go over 10 minutes, and you can hold me to that this time. But some other things, first of all, I do want to say that if you are planning to go into reference work, there's something I think you should do, and that is, two classes I think you should consider, and you can look for them in the tentative course rotation or talk to your advisor. There are two types of resources that I really don't go into in this course, in the general 7314 reference course. And those two types of materials are health materials and business reference materials. However, those resources are things that you are going to want to be familiar with. And if you are planning to work reference in public services. And so I would say that if you are interested in working reference in public services, medical librarianship, which is 9415, is a class that you should be looking for, as this will teach you it'll teach you the building blocks for going into health librarianship. And then also, if you like Dr. Jace as a professor, and you may not, I'm for some people, I'm not for everybody though, just like anybody else. But I teach this class. This is for, this is, all this stuff is happening. There we go. Okay, this is 9449, services for business communities and entrepreneurs. This is basically that's basically a business reference course. And I was a business reference librarian for Coastal Carolina University in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, from just for a year and a half. But in that year and a half time, I still gained a lot of knowledge and a lot of the foundational just know-how that I needed in order to teach this course. So I will be teaching this in the second 8 weeks of spring 23. So for those of you who are still going to be with us in spring 23, it's going to be an 8-week course because there's not enough material to make it a full 15-week course. So it's an 8-week course. But it's a very good course that is centered around the Celia Ross textbook. And when I say Celia Ross, you can look up you can Google her and then find her textbook. So Celia, her first name is spelled Celia, Celia. And then the last name is Ross. In fact, let me see if I can find that book just so y'all can kind of see it. Hold on. All right, yeah, sorry about that. I thought if I'd have been thinking, I'd have just brought the book with me to begin with. But this is Making Sense of Business Reference. My light is, okay, there we go, that's better. Making Sense of Business Reference, Celia Ross. This is a very small book, actually. It's 156 pages, but as you can see, it's very thin. It's not very thick, especially for a textbook. But this book, if you are looking to go into business reference, this book is it. And it is very easy to digest. There's not a lot of reading. It's something that you can really just, when you get a reference question, you can pop this bad boy out right there on the reference desk, read, just find whatever is whatever section deals with the reference inquiry that you got, and then just go from there. And this bad boy will really help you with your building blocks of learning how to become a business librarian. And so yes, this is I recommend this book, even if you do not take my business reference class, the 9449 class. I would still say that this book can come in handy. And if you can get the this is the second edition, so the first edition is actually rather cheap on Amazon now, and the first edition it's not quite as good as the second edition, of course, but if you can find the first edition used for like $15 or less, believe me, it's worth it. It really is. And it will introduce you to some things. But the reason I bring that up is because there are always openings for business librarians and for health librarians. I mean, there just are, because those are niche categories of reference. So a lot of people are generalized reference people, and a lot of people do have liaison responsibilities. But when you get into business librarianship and health librarianship, you are really getting into the meat and potatoes of delivering specialized reference. The databases for business and for health are some of the hardest databases you'll ever use. So a lot of people who go into that type of librarianship, they actually have to concentrate on learning those databases and mastering them, getting trainings for them all the time, and so forth and so on. But the thing is, if you can really carve your way as a business librarian or as a health librarian, then that could mean job security for the rest of your career. And that is probably not something that a lot of you want to do without. I think a lot of you probably want to get that career-long job security, so this might be a way to do it. But that's also a big reason why I don't go into these sources in this class, is because it would take too long. The check-in videos, I know that some of them approach an hour, and if I were to do trust me, if I were to do the business, if I were to do business as a check-in video, it would take well over an hour just to get you the bare minimum. And then I don't even know enough about health. I'm a fish out of water when it comes to health librarianship, just like I'm a fish out of water when it comes to to government documents librarianship, just as I mentioned last week. So I don't mess with those areas. All right. So yeah, if you're interested in those things, take one of those courses. Again, so those are 9415 or 9449. If you can take both of them, I would recommend you take both of them. But probably the only people who would need to take both of them are people who really know that they want to go into public services, and so they're trying to make themselves more marketable as public services librarians. Okay, so I'm gonna put that out there. Otherwise, I'm just gonna say you all have been a great class. Again, get those semester-long projects to me by midnight on a week from tonight. Tonight is, well, today is Monday. Get them to me on May 9th, a week from today, which is Monday, May the 2nd. And from there, you will be done. You will have survived, and I will be very proud of you. I do hope that I will see most of you, if not all of you, in some other courses. If not, it's been a pleasure teaching you, and good luck with your career. For those of you that I will see in other courses, can't wait to see you. And also, yes, just like any professor in this program, I do letters of recommendation. So if you did perform well in this class, and I gave you kudos for going above and beyond, if you do want to ask me for a letter of recommendation, I will make sure I get that done for you. Otherwise, that is it for me. Again, we're going to keep this under 10 minutes, so we got to cut it now. I am Dr. Jason. For the last time in this class, I will say peace and grace. You all enjoy your summers.